Hello my dear students, good morning. So in the previous video we learned about some idioms, and before that we got to know about some points about Albert Einstein at school. And today in this video we are going to have a deep study of the same chapter, Albert Einstein at school, and this chapter is written by Patrick Pringle. Albert Einstein, who was born in 1879 and died in 1955, is regarded as the greatest physicist since Newton. In the following extract from the young Einstein, the well-known biographer Patrick Pringle describes the circumstances which led to Albert Einstein's expulsion from a German school. So we all know that Albert Einstein was a genius. He was greatly known for his great contribution in physics, but there was a time when he was at school and he was expelled from that school. Let's see how. In what year, Einstein asked the history teacher, did the Prussians defeat the French at Waterloo? So this is a question from a history teacher to Einstein. The history teacher wanted to know from Einstein that did the Prussians defeat the French at Waterloo or not? And Einstein said, I don't know, sir. Why don't you know? You have been told it often enough. Albert said, I must have forgotten. So he is replying in this way to a teacher. A teacher said, why don't you know? I have told this thing repeatedly to you. He said, sorry, sir, I must have forgotten. Did you ever try to learn? Asked Mr. Braun, the history teacher, who got now very angry. He asked, have you ever tried to learn anything? No, sir. Albert again gave a blunt reply. He said, no, sir. Albert replied with his usual unthinking honesty. So he was honest. He didn't learn it and he said, no, sir. Teacher asked, why not? I can't see any point in learning dates. One can always look them up in a book. This was Einstein's own perspective. He said that what is there to learn in dates? If anyone wants to know about any date, open the book and you can see them in the book. And this is all history all about. You have seen this in 10th standard, learning many of the dates and everything else. And Mr. Braun was speechless for a few moments. He could not answer what to say to this boy, who was actually right. That what is the point in learning dates? We can see them always in the book. So he was speechless. And then he said, you amaze me, Einstein, he said at last. Don't you realize that one can always look most things up in the books? So there are many things in this education where you can just open the book and see all the things. So what is there to learn? That applies to all the facts you learn at school. Mostly facts are there in the book, and what students have to do is to just cram them up. And Albert said, again frankly he said, yes sir. Then I suppose you don't see any point in learning facts. It means that. And frankly sir, I don't, said Albert. Albert again, like with unthinking honesty, he again said, yes sir, frankly, I don't see any point in learning facts. The teacher said, then you don't believe in education at all, because education at that time and alas, but in modern times as well, it's mostly about learning facts. Understanding is there, but learning and cramming form a great part in the education. So Mr. Braun asked Albert, it means you do not believe in education at all? Oh yes sir, I do. This time Albert said, I do believe in education, sir. I don't think learning facts is education. So according to Albert Einstein, learning all these kinds of facts is not education. So what is education according to Einstein? In that case, said the history teacher with heavy sarcasm, sarcasm means when you make fun of someone, perhaps you will be so kind as to tell the class the Einstein theory of education. So now the teacher, with in a joking way, asked Albert, okay, tell me, what is education according of you? What is theory of education of Albert Einstein? Albert flushed. got embarrassed, felt embarrassed. And then he said, flushed is also when somebody comes out in his ideas in an angry way, that is also flushed. He said, I think it's not facts that matter, but ideas, he said. Albert said, what important is, what matters is idea, not the fact. I don't see the point in learning the dates of battles or even which of the armies killed more men. I would be more interested in learning why those soldiers were trying to kill each other. So Albert said that learning the dates when the battle was fought or learning the countries, which two countries fought, are not important according to me. What important is what was the reason of that fight, so that this fight is not repeated in future. It doesn't happen in the coming time. If the reason is found out and it is resolved, then there will be no fight. So he believed in ideas. That's enough. Mr. Braun's eyes were cold and cruel. The teacher was, according to Mr. Braun, the student was so argumentative, and he was very frankly sharing his policy or theory of education, but teacher did not like it, and now his eyes were very cold and cruel. And he said, we don't want a lecture from you, Einstein. You will stay in for an extra period today, although I don't imagine it will do you much good. It won't do the school any good either. You are a disgrace. I don't know why you continue to come. So this is the way Mr. Braun treated the great Albert Einstein at school when Einstein told about his theory of education. He was given a punishment for this. Mr. Braun punished him to stay in the school for an extra period. Although it could not be good neither for Albert Einstein nor for school, but yes, it was a punishment. So Mr. Braun gave it to him, and he also further said, you are a disgrace. I don't know why you continue to come. If you are not interested in education, why are you coming to school? Stop coming. And Albert said, it's not my wish, sir. So he did not keep quiet like an honest person. He said, so it's not my wish to come to school. Then you are an ungrateful boy. Ungrateful, the person who is not grateful to anybody, or who is not, you can say, feeling thankful for whatever he has. So you are an ungrateful boy and should be ashamed of yourself. I suggest you ask your father to take you away. So Mr. Braun suggested Albert Einstein, ask your father, he would take you away from here, because you are not doing good to you and neither to school, so you should not come here. Albert felt miserable when he left school because it was a bad day that afternoon. Not that it had been a bad day, most days were bad now anyway, but because he had to go back to the hateful place the next morning. So Albert was definitely very much miserable, pained, sad, upset. Not because this day was a bad day. It was also because the next day he would again have to go to that school, the education which he doesn't like, or which he doesn't feel it is education. He only wished his father would take him away, but there was no point in even asking. Father was not going to be agreed with his father on this point to leave school. He knew what the answer would be. He knew that his father would definitely deny and would ask him to complete his studies. Any father would say this thing to his child. He would have to stay until he had taken his diploma. So he would have to finish this school education, and then only he can go from this. Going back to his lodgings means rented room, did not cheer him up. So his room was also not comfortable or a happy place for him. His father had so little money to spend that Albert had been found a room in one of the poorest quarters of Munich. So he used to live in a very poor area because his father did not have that much money. He did not mind the bad food and lack of comfort, or even the dirt and squalor, but he hated the atmosphere of slum violence. So he did not have any trouble with dirt or dust or lack of comfort or bad food. The problem for him was the violence there. His landlady beat her children regularly, and every Saturday her husband came drunk and beat her. So this was the kind of atmosphere he was living. But at least you have a room of your own, which is more than I can say, said Yuri when he called round in the evening. Yuri was also a student. He was his friend. He used to live in a boys' hostel. So when he came, he said, "At least you have your personal room. At least you live among civilized human beings, even if they are all poor students," said Albert. Albert said that, "Okay, I'm having a separate room, but if you are living with other boys, they are at least civilized. Where I am living, they are not civilized because they are all the day they are quarreling and fighting and there is violence." Yuri said, "They are not all civilized. With the students I am living, they are not civilized. Did you not hear that one of them was killed last week in a duel?" Duel means fight between two. Yuri said two students killed. Two students were fighting some days before, and one was killed. "And what happens to the one who killed him?" Albert asked. "Okay, there was a fight, but still there are some rules. So what happens to the person who killed the other one?" Yuri said, "Nothing, of course. He is even proud of it. His only worry is that the authorities have told him not to fight any more duels. So the person who has killed other person in the fight is very proud of his scars and is very proud of killing somebody in the fight and feeling himself superior. But yes, he has some kind of worry, that is that he would not be able to fight anymore. He is upset about this because he hasn't a single scar on his face to wear for the rest of his life as a badge of honor. For the fighters, having scars on the body are like a badge of honors, badges of honor for them. And this person who was stopped now fighting was not having any scar on his body, so this was only worry for him. He had killed a boy. It was not important for him. It was not a thing of worry for him. What was making him upset was that he was not having a scar on his body. Ugh. Ugh is an interjection where you are not liking anything, dislike, exclaimed Albert. And these are the students who are killing each other in the duels, and these are the students. Well, you will be a student one day, said Yuri. Yuri said, you will also go to college in this kind of atmosphere. I doubt it, said Albert glumly. Glumly means in a very low tone. Very sadly, Albert said, I doubt it. What does he doubt? That he will be a student of college one day. He said, I doubt it. I'll go to college. I don't think I'll ever pass the exams for the school diploma. He said, I'm not sure whether I will be able to pass the school or not. So this is it for the day. If we talk about literature, see the video and read the text again. And now I'm going to give you today's word. So the word for the day is evanescent.
Evanescent.
Evanescent. Evanescent. Evanescent.
Evanescent.
And the meaning is vanishing or fading away or fleeting. So write down this word in your dictionary and have a good day. Thank you.